With dozens of Texas districts losing money, Lieutenant Governor Dan Patrick says Texas could lose billions in federal funding to keep school bathrooms safe.
He is calling on superintendents to defy the Obama administration. The president is asking schools to allow transgender students to use the bathrooms they are comfortable with. KXAN's Chris Sadeghi talked to a man who is transgender and who has children in school about their experience with this issue.
For people like Kelly Marshall, the president's words were a big step forward.
It's huge, actually, for the transgender community.
2 years ago, Marshall began female-to-male hormone replacement. He says explaining it to his 12 and 9-year-old kids was simple.
They have been with me through my transition. Kids are easy. It's easy for them to understand.
But apparently hard for adults to agree. President Obama has asked schools to allow transgender students to use the restroom they want or potentially lose federal funding, and opponents immediately objected. For Marshall, it's more than a political game.
Your primary concern is to make sure that you pass or that you look male enough to belong.
Marshall says for a lot of transgender people, the bathroom decision is one that they're often confronted with, and they too have to think about the possible consequences.
The primary concern for us is safety. For ourselves.
But just as his own children understand, he thinks school students will be accepting to transgenders in their restroom.
It's easy for them to conceptualize being transgender, and at the end of the day, they look at us as adults for guidance.
And right now, the adults are locked in debate. Chris Sadeghi, KXAN News.
The city of Austin has had a bathroom ordinance in place since the start of last year. City leaders adopted new rules after national LGBTQ groups led a campaign about the uncomfortable situations they face. The rules require businesses to install gender-neutral signs on single-stall bathrooms. City officials told us today code enforcement has addressed 75 complaints about restrooms at local businesses since last year. If any problems occurred, warnings were handed out.